All right. First off, I would like everybody to open Matthew 5:13. Matthew 5:13. Who has the Bible? I got it here. 5:13. Chapter 5, verse 13. Everybody open it. And who want to read it? Anybody want to read it?
I will.
You read? All right.
You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men.
All right, I'll read it again. You are the salt for the earth, but if salt loses its taste, how will it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled on by people. So it's talking about salt that if salt has no taste, then it'll be thrown away. And we never seen salt without its taste. I've never tasted salt without its taste. So I mean, it's crazy to have salt without its taste. And back in the days, they used salt to preserve food for longer periods. So when they say have a piece of meat or whatever back in the days, they will salt it up and put it to a side or I don't know, bury I guess, and it'll preserve for days so you can eat it again. And that's what God tells us here in this verse. It's pretty much it's referring to us, we are the salt, and some of us lose its taste and some of us don't. That's how it measures our spiritual growth, how strong we are and how strong we're not. And what God says about us is salt we must preserve. We have to preserve the world from its taste, pretty much from going bad. So we are the salt, and how strong we are, that's how we're supposed to preserve the world. Just like the meat, back in the days they will preserve it. And that's how we're supposed to preserve the world. To prepare for Jesus. So Jesus will come and take its meat, which is the world. So it's important for us to know that our role in this world as salt. We have to know in the Bible, this is what God gave us. This is the role we have to take. It's in here, and we have to learn to be as the good salt that has its good taste. If we're not good salt, like it says here, right here, it says, but if salt loses its taste, how will it be made salty again? No, there's no way. So it says, it is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled out by people. You'll be thrown out pretty much. Not physically, but you have to understand how...
Spiritually.
Yeah, spiritually. You will fall below all the Christians and everything. And that's how you're supposed to be strong salt. If you don't become salt that tastes like salt, then the last couple verses we have to read is Revelations 2:4 through 5. If anybody can open that and read it. And I'll read it again. Revelations 2:4 through 5. Just check that out. Anybody want to read it?
Yet I hold this against you, you have forsaken your first love. Remember the height from which you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place.
And read another one. Yeah, the next one. Can you read the next one?
But you have this in your favor. You hate the practices of the...
Oh, okay, never mind. That's fine. I'll read it again. This is a little different translation here. So it says, you have endured, suffered trouble because of my name. I think it's the same thing. And have not grown weary. However, I have this against you. This is what God says. If you do not be strong salt, this is what He has against you. It says, let me see, where is it? The love you had at first, which is the first time you got to Jesus, it says, is gone. So you're below everything. It's gone. Remember how far you have fallen. So you have to remember all those days, everything that you have, how you lost that pretty much taste and salt, the salt that you're supposed to be. And return to me and change the way you think and act, and do what you did at first. I will come to you and take your lampstand from its place if you don't change. So he said, if you have to remember all those things that you have done, and if you do not remember and you do not change, then He will take your lampstands away from you. And this is the simplest, the easiest way to say, pretty much explain what He will do to you. There's no other way. You can explain it in like harsh, I guess, ways, but this is the easiest, pretty much, nicest way of saying it, and that's my word.